minutes away. 89 WLS. And online at WLSAM.com.
5:51. Awake with Jake. Don't forget, we're going to have the Alderman investigator, man who goes after, hunts the big game, with us at 7 o'clock. Just say the story out of California. Fremont man hospitalized after severing his own penis with an X-Acto knife. And doctors aren't sure if they're going to reattach it because they say he'll just cut it off again. It's right there. Reported by CBS out of San Francisco. I wouldn't make that up. Ray and Aurora. Ray, you're on 89 WLS.
Hi, Jake.
Hey, Ray.
Yeah, I think what you're talking about is what they call dog vomit fungus.
Dog vomit fungus?
Yeah, and I was able to kill it real quick, within a few minutes by just using baking soda. You can actually hear the thing make noises as it dies.
So you have to kill it before you get rid of it?
Then you could dig it up. At least that's what my daughter did after I killed it.
So if you don't kill it, what happens? Does it grow? Keep growing?
It spreads all over the whole yard.
Yeah, but if you dig it out and throw it away, does it grow somewhere else?
This will kill it. This will kill that particular plant. But there's a good chance it'll come up in other places in your yard. But get to it right away because it spreads. Baking soda. Yeah, that's the strongest. I've heard that milk also works, but the baking soda you could just sprinkle a little on or use a little solution water maybe, but do not let the baking soda get to your plants.
Now, and you say you can hear it die?
It makes all kinds of noises.
What kind of noises?
It's almost kind of like a bubbling scream.
I mean, could you kind of just give us the sound?
No. It's kind of like a bubbling scream. You can. It's not hard to hear, and I don't hear well.
A bubbling scream.
Yeah, that's pretty well a good way to describe it.
So it's. You feel bad that you're killing it. It's like crying for its life.
Well, it's kind of a pleasure, I think.
Okay, Jeffrey Dahmer. All right, thank you, Ray.
This does work right away.
Thank you.
Sure enough. Bye.
If you see, folks, if you got this in your yard, you got something to look forward to today. Hear the bubbling scream. Here's a little story out of California, Oakland, where your tax dollars go. A Oakland school board is investigating a school that apparently it's a private school that they give money to for kids to go to school. It's called St. Andrew Missionary Baptist Church Private School. That's the name. Their students were seen at the BART stations, which is the San Francisco equivalent of the CTAL. They were seen at BART stations panhandling to raise their tuition. The school was sending the kids out to get their tuition money. But here's the part of the story that would interest you. Interest me. You wonder why the federal budget is always so huge. We have the big deficit, and we always keep talking. We need more money for education, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, this school gets federal funds for each kid in it, and apparently they've been getting federal funds for 195 kids a year, but they only have 20 students. 20 kids. I've got to start my own school and do that. Is that how easy they give money away? Is it that easy? It says for the past 12 years, the school has been reporting at least 195 students a year, when in reality is they've got less than 20 attend. And of those 20, they've got them out panhandling, getting money. And see, that's low overhead for the school. You don't need a lot of teachers. Although I'm sure they're paying as if they had teachers for 195 kids. So they got to have, I'm assuming they have ghost payroll teachers. Or they have teachers who come in who have no kids to teach. And they do have probably one teacher for the 20 kids, an actual teacher for those kids, but then he or she doesn't have to teach the kids because they got the kids out panhandling. Now, the idea would be that the reason they're panhandling is it allows them to count the money they get, and that's considered the math class. And also economic class. And now that they found out that they've been taking all this federal money and that they didn't have the kids they were getting the money for, they're probably going to get a legal class, too, coming up soon. They're going to put the cuffs on somebody. They have to. You know, somebody want to know, we were talking earlier about the leak at the White House, about all the security stuff, and they just announced that 2 lawyers from the Justice Department are going to be doing a big investigation, which will probably go nowhere. You know what they should do? I'll tell you what they should do. This is the Jake Hartford plan. Everybody who was in the White House when all this stuff was going on, they could have talked, and they know who they are. They have a log. Give them all lie detector tests. Anybody that fails and turns out they were one of the leakers, next week when the president gives his radio address at 9 o'clock and they do it on TV, they execute them for treason, those people. That'll stop the leaks. That's the Hartford plan. Anyway, the man who investigates aldermen and a whole lot more as we continue to Wake with Jake. It's a Saturday morning right here on 89 WLS.
89 WLS.